Alright, let's see what we can do now, shall we? So, one thing that I'm gonna have to do is take care of my starvation at the moment. Do I have any food? No, I don't. However, there are some pepper bushes over here, so I can go ahead and grab those. Okay, what's this? Okay, now that's convenient. I don't know where this is from, but it's definitely great for materials. Um, I don't know where it's from because there have been multiple situations where the thrusters where the back thruster the returning thruster has been glitching through the thing and essentially going off on its own, with the most recent of which looking a lot like a deflating balloon flying through the sky. You know how those balloons, when you blow them up and then release their little blowhole, and they'll just go all over the place going. That's what that thruster reminded me of. So, yeah, that's basically that's basically what happened to me with that thruster. It just went all over the place. Kind of reminds me of Squid playing Scrap Mechanic, if I'm being perfectly honest. Oh, brother, this is going to be fun, ain't it? Okay, well, let's see what we can do from here, I guess. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna have to disassemble the whole train so that it'll act right. So, yeah. That's gonna be fun to do. No. So, there's a wolf over there. It's probably either going to avoid the river entirely, or try and swim in it and end up dying in the process. They're not notable for being particularly smart, to be honest with you. Hello, skeletons. Don't mind me. I'm just coming over here to grab this supply drop. If you annoy me enough, though, I might just have to take you down with a crossbow. And that's one of those supply drops that ends up being a big ol' nothing burger. So that's brilliant. I hate that glitch. But the part of me that's curious and wants supplies keeps opening up anyway. So yeah. And also, a brute is chasing me now, so that's fantastic. Alright, I think I lost him though. Alright. You're gonna be annoying, aren't you? That's what I thought. Now, get out of here before I have to do something else to you. Yeah, I've run out of arrows. Big whoop. And he's still chasing me, isn't he? That is fantastic. And it's cold. Fantastic. Now I move slower and will take damage from the elements, aren't I? This is so annoying. Go away. Okay. Close this. Okay. I'm hoping that he didn't manage to slip through the door. Sometimes they do, and sometimes I have to deal with them once they have. Fortunately, though, I believe I managed to get off scot-free this time. If I didn't, then he can just have fun falling to his death, because this is extraordinarily narrow. So I'm just going to say no to the cold right now and equip my torch into my offhand so that I can stay warm, but at the same time leave a hand free for whatever I need it for. Such as breaking off pieces of the rails like I've had to in the past, or fight something that manages to get its way up here. Yup, I am going to have to disassemble this whole train, ain't I? Alright, well, let the disassembly commence. I hate the glitch where once you build the track onto it, it'll just break every balloon and thruster on this thing, and make it to where this thing is essentially stuck. And I can't just remove the rail to fix the problem. Oh no. I have to destroy the whole train piece by piece. So I'm gonna have to go on ahead and do this. Whoa. Okay. What was that? What happened to the tree there? Surely the stuff coming down didn't break the tree, did it? If it did, that would be fairly realistic. Like it would employ the properties of masses or forces mass times acceleration. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah. So that's that. MatPat likes to call the formula FAMA, not to be confused with the burst assault rifle, which is based off of the FAMAs. But FAMA is FMA. So there have been many points in the past where that has been employed with trucks in actual battle royale, and I have been there to witness it too, because the trucks, well, they hit extraordinarily hard. There's a reason in the real world why it's called hit like a truck, because a semi hitting even a vehicle has caused death. So with that being the case, you would assume that a similar... Whoa, what just happened? Anyway, you would assume that a very similar thing happens when a truck hits a player in Fortnite. Oh, that's attached, isn't it? This is going to be a long one, isn't it? Well, you know what? I have beaten long projects in the past that were this annoying, and I am determined to lick this one too. So I'm gonna go on ahead and put this right here. It's not connected, but it's close enough that it would be it would touch during a turn. Well, not during a turn, but if the train goes more than a certain distance in that direction, then it'll basically stop it. That's what those fences are there for, after all. To stop the train from going too far in one direction or the other. It's not perfect, but it is. Wait, did I put that in the right place? You know what? I'm just going to accept this because this is the return thruster, and I'm going to go ahead and plop this here. And then I am going to plop in the covering thing that will hopefully keep the keep the thruster in place while it's thrusting backwards, which would carry its passengers to the other side. Okay, so it looks like that's going to be... Okay, there we go. That works. Alright. But now I'm gonna have to shove the thing over to make room for the thruster that I'm planning to say makes the thing go forward. So that's going to be an issue. At least for a little bit, anyway. It would help if these bottom rails didn't look like they were going to the left-hand side. Like the silly things are just... You know what? It's just whatever. I don't care. So let's see if I can push it now. Yes, but I can also fall, and that would have been to my death if I did not make a glider beforehand. So that's cool. Kind of get my health back up to full so that I won't have to worry so much about it next time. Okay, so now I have the forward-facing thruster for the Mark II. There we go. There we go. That's it. So the back thruster does like this, hits the wheel, and the front thruster goes like this. Awesome! Okay, now let's try and take this as close to the end of the track as we can without making a repeat of the situation from last time. So there's 8 wood. You know what? Before I do too much, you know what? I'm just gonna... Alright. I'm just going to test this thing right quick, just to see if a similar situation that happens again. If it does, then I'm going to have to modify it and progress the design to Mark III. Which is, I really don't want to. But if I have to, then I have to. But the Mark III design, I'm thinking I'm going to make the I'm gonna have to make 2 identical vehicles and keep them separate until the time where the thrusters push them together. I hope that I don't have to do it, but if I don't have a choice, then I don't have a choice. That's just the bottom line. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? So, the point here is that I'm going to cut down as many trees as I need to. But since that is not exactly a possibility on the prediction standpoint, I'm just going to cut down as many trees as it takes to get either full stacks or the destruction of the forest stacks, whichever happens first. So what's in here? There is some wood here. 7. Brilliant. So I believe that wolf is distracted with the sheep over there, so I'm not going to worry about it. Unless one of those sheep decides to lead the wolf to me, which it appears that it may be. Okay, get out of here, stupid spider. Alright. So, let's go ahead and cut this down with my axe that's been damaged by both foraging and fighting. Okay, eat a raspberry here and drink some milk. That's delicious. Okay, and it did take me closer to the wolf, so I'm gonna have to beat a retreat here. Okay, so alright. It doesn't appear that he's following me anymore. Unless I'm just being blind. I may just have to hide out in here for a little bit and see what I can do. So go up here. Alright. Okay. I may have to sacrifice some wood in order to make some arrows. Because, alright. Let's look it over here. Alright. So dynamite, I really don't want to sacrifice the dynamite, so arrows it is. 1 wood and 1 arrow, or 1 feather, that's a steal. So I've got 17 wood out of the 20 that I originally had. So that's cool. I kinda wish that you could just craft them en masse. Okay, so you can hold no more than 30 silk. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so what else? What else could there possibly be? Right, got it. Okay, so let's look at all of this right quick. Put the slab in there. Put the granite. I'm gonna keep the granite for now. Just in case I need it. Okay, so put in the mob loot. That I got. Let's see. Right. Let's move on then, shall we? Let's see. So, a uncommon forest axe is 3 bones and 2 wooden rods. It would be better on the standpoint of durability, but where it comes to, well, I guess speed would also be a thing, too. So, Alright. So... Alright. I have 17 wood. Is it worth going back up there? With just 17 wood? Because, with 4 rails, this really eats up the wood. The only problem is that I've tried the monorail before, and it didn't hold up. As a matter of fact, it broke on not 1, not 2, but 3 separate occasions. When, if not more. Like, I am dead serious. The monorail just could not handle the weight of its trains. So I'm putting this in here to make the buffer on the other side. So here we go. Let's go on ahead and move on with the rest of this, shall we? One thing that I am wondering, and I may try it later, is if this system can have supports. Because the train is not really riding on top of any of the rails. Like, until you put balloons on it, it is seated atop the bottom rails. But when you put balloons on it, it floats between the top and bottom rails. It rides along the bottom of the top rails. So what I want to do, what I want to check out, is if a support system could work while supporting the bottom of the bottom rails and the top of the top rails. I'll be testing that out when I have more progress done on the train. And if it can support those supports, then we're talking a huge, and I mean huge, upgrade. Like, when it breaks, only the section that's not supported will break. So, if I can get those supports done, and the majority of them will probably be done off camera. But if I can get those supports done, then I can really, really, really get some serious buffing of the structural integrity of the entire maglev system. So, I have more than a few reasons to test the support system. And if it works well enough, then I will most certainly be applying them to the the maglev itself. Now, here's the next question. How much of a bother would it make the repair of the rails if I were to have the supports in place? Like, would I be able to replace the rail that was broken, or would I have to get rid of the support, place the rail, and then put the support back? That's the real question. And honestly speaking, the bottom rail is only important for the placement of the train itself. At least at the moment. I might end up actually using it for something else, and I just don't know it yet. But I don't think wheels are going to be the way of the future when it comes to the maglev. Yeah, because I've tried it in my sandbox design world, and yeah. So definitely going to be worth looking into everything within the sandbox design world to see what sticks. But I do like the trial runs being performed in this world, because it kind of gives you, the audience, an idea of what I'm going for here. So I believe I have 50 wood. So now that that is obtained, and I believe that is a stack. But since I've got that 50 wood, I find myself wondering if there is anything that um, uh, um, if there is any way that 4 divides into 50. So we'll see how that works. Okay. Oh. Okay. That was interesting. So that does work as a brake system. It's still kind of crude, but let's go and keep edging over. Alright, and I believe this is my stop. So the Mark II is okay. I figure that at any point in time, it's going to glitch out like the Mark I, and essentially make the device leave the device without a back thruster. In which case, I'm kind of thinking about the very real backup plan of simply making 2 vehicles mirrored to each other, one facing forward, the other facing back, that enables travel both ways, to and from the desert depot. Or I guess I should call it the Dry Valley Depot. But that's a bit of a mouthful, so I think Desert Depot will be perfect. This thing is, I'm hoping that this will do better than Odo's monorail ever did. Because unless I made some critical mistake somewhere, Odo's monorail just failed spectacularly on every occasion in which the whole track broke apart. The thing about it is, I believe it all came down to weight. The weight of the thing was really crushing down on the track, and apparently granite is much more brittle than I thought, because it just basically snapped like a twig twice. Like, it just broke apart. So, yeah. And I do not count all of the times where I accidentally broke the track and made a mess for myself. Oh, no. That I do not count. What I count is all the times where I'm just coasting along like I'm doing right now, and the thing just broke apart mid-run, and made an even bigger mess. The Mark 1 Odo's monorail even caused me to have to build the entire depot from scratch again. Like, that whole train station up there, gone. The tower collapsed. So, yeah. That's how much of a headache that was. So I'm really hoping that I can put supports on this version on Hexacle's maglev, because if I can't, then I am in big trouble, because it's it's just going to be that much bigger of a headache to come to and from the desert depot, because it's going to have to be done entirely by foot, unless I make some sort of land vehicle with some very intricate steering, because at this point I have tried 3 train designs, and I'm hoping that the weightlessness of the maglev is going to present the one train, the one singular train that can take me from point A to point B as safely as possible, if not as quickly. But if it does go as quickly as I possibly can, then that would be a huge bonus. So, yeah, the biggest thing about the Sanctuary Maglev, as was the mission with the Sanctuary Railway, which has since been scrapped, the thing is, I'm hoping that it is as promising as it looks, because so far, despite all of the typical problems of derailing the thing and breaking the rails, which are a checklist for disaster that the Odo monorail has sadly established. I'm just hoping that somehow, some way, this is the final design, and I won't have to work on this anymore. Like, I want this to be done. I want worrying about how to travel to and from the desert to be as painless as possible. I want those worries abolished, if I can possibly help it. But only time will tell for sure whether that happens or not. So here we go. That's it.